Let's talk about something really frustrating. That feeling when your desire, that spark, just seems to be gone. And what's the first thing everyone says? It's your testosterone. But what if that's not the whole story? Okay, let's get into this, because the real answer might be hiding somewhere you'd never expect. And this is the exact mystery we're going to try and solve. You go to the doctor, you get the tests, and they come back saying your testosterone levels look totally fine. Maybe you're even on therapy for it, but you're still not feeling it. This is so common, and it means we have to start looking way beyond the obvious answer. So first up, we're going to tackle the biggest assumption in sexual health head-on. Now, don't get me wrong, low testosterone, what doctors call hypogonadism, is absolutely a real cause of low sex drive for many people. But this explainer, this is for all of you who've been told that's not your problem, or for anyone who tried to fix it and nothing changed. This is that paradox, right? It's the exact spot where so many people hit a dead end. And it just proves that our libido is part of a much, much bigger and more complicated system in our bodies. So if testosterone isn't the only bad guy here, what is? Well, it's time for us to become detectives for our own health.
All right, so where does our investigation begin? Well, we're going to start by looking inward. Because a lot of the time, the biggest things getting in the way of a healthy sex drive aren't from the outside world at all. They're being created right inside our own bodies and minds.
You know, there is a direct, hardwired connection between our mental state and our physical desire. I mean, think about it. When you're under chronic stress, your body is just flooded with cortisol. That's your fight or flight hormone. It's the total opposite of the calm, rest, and connect vibe you need for intimacy. And at the same time, if you're not sleeping well, you're draining your brain's supply of dopamine. That's the neurotransmitter for pleasure and motivation. Your brain literally doesn't have the right ingredients to create desire. And another thing, testosterone never works alone. It's part of a team. Let's meet two other major players in this story. First, prolactin. When it's too high, it can seriously hit the brakes on your libido. And often, that's a side effect from other medications. Then there's your thyroid. Your thyroid is basically the engine for your body's entire metabolism. So if that engine is sputtering, or if it's racing out of control, your sex drive is one of the very first things to lose power. Now, these conditions might not seem like they have anything to do with sex, but trust me, they are deeply, deeply connected. When things like diabetes or high blood pressure aren't managed well, it messes with your blood flow, your hormone balance, and just your overall energy. It's really hard to feel desire when your body is just struggling to handle its basic functions. Okay, so we've looked inside. Now let's shift our focus and look at some external factors, things we're putting into our bodies or that are part of our daily routine. You might be really surprised at the huge impact they can have on the inside. This is a tough one, right? It's a difficult irony. Sometimes the very medications that are meant to help us feel better can have this really unwanted side effect. Antidepressants, especially the ones called SSRIs, are kind of notorious for this. They can just blunt the emotional and physical responses you need for arousal. And it's a similar story with certain blood pressure meds and powerful painkillers. They can really interfere with all the complex signals required for a healthy libido. You know, it's actually a pretty simple truth when you boil it down. Every single day, the small choices you make are either fueling your sex drive or, well, they're draining it. Let's look at two of the biggest offenders. I mean, it's a classic story, isn't it? A drink might lower your inhibitions for a bit, sure, but alcohol is a depressant. It physically slows down your central nervous system and gets in the way of arousal and performance. And other drugs, they can completely scramble your brain's circuits for mood and connection, making sexual desire feel like it's a million miles away. Okay, so we've spent all this time talking about all the reasons besides low testosterone, but what if it is the problem? What if your lab results do come back low, and you and your doctor agree that it's the main issue? What are the real medical options then? So first things first, let's be super clear. We are talking about medically supervised hormone replacement therapy, or HRT. This is not about bodybuilding or recreational use. This is a prescribed treatment for patients with a confirmed deficiency and real symptoms, designed to bring their hormone levels back into a healthy, normal range. So what does this treatment actually look like? Well, you've got three main routes that are medically approved. There's a daily gel. It's fast-acting, it's effective, but you absolutely cannot miss a day. Then you have injections. The short-acting ones give you a quick boost, but can create these hormonal peaks and valleys. The long-acting shots, on the other hand, provide much more stable, natural-feeling levels. And finally, there are implants, or chips, which are super convenient, but usually come with a higher price tag. Now, this next part is a crucial warning. You might hear people talking about oral testosterone pills. The medical community is crystal clear on this. Stay away from them. The risk of serious, permanent liver damage is incredibly high. And with much safer, more effective options out there, it is a risk that is simply not worth taking, period.
Okay, wow, we've covered a ton of ground. We've looked at the enemies within our own bodies and minds. We've looked at culprits in our daily lives. And we even talked about what to do if testosterone really is the problem. So now let's pull it all together.
This right here is the biggest takeaway. I want you to think of your libido not as some on-off switch, but more like an indicator light on the dashboard of your car. It's reflecting your overall health. Your mind, your body, your lifestyle, they're all connected. And testosterone? Yeah, it's an important gauge on that dashboard for sure, but it is not the whole engine. Because at the end of the day, a single number on a piece of paper can never ever tell the whole story of who you are. The real understanding and the solutions that actually work come from looking at the complete picture of your health. And that brings us to the final question. And this one is just for you to think about. Looking at this whole health puzzle, what's the one piece that maybe you've been overlooking? Is it your sleep, your stress levels, a medication you're taking? Just thinking about that could be the first step to finally finding your answer.